Salutations, Utopians. Breaking news in the NBA. The Cleveland Cavaliers and the Chicago Bulls have agreed in principle. Okoro from USC, 6'8", 240-pound, 3-and-D specialist for Lonzo Ball, formerly of UCLA, ironically. Um, First off, obviously, the cash cow in this is Lonzo. And I find this to first thoughts is this is a little bit of vindication for the one-time coach, possibly of the year in JB Bickerstaff, and how he managed the power struggle between the Garland Donovan Mitchell dynamic. And maybe it wasn't a vocal one, it was a silent one, but ultimately there was a struggle. And um, I think now with the acquisition of Lonzo, it makes it very clear that they know they might have an issue at point guard. I find Garland to be a glorified Kyrie, history repeating itself. Might be a very talented, energetic player to watch, but ultimately, he's the kind of guy that I don't know if his style necessarily translates to winning. And when he got injured in that series against Indiana, I don't necessarily think that the Cavs were not good enough because of him. I think they just didn't have any time to practice without him. But he honestly is a defensive liability, and that's why they're bringing in a pure distributor, which is there's becoming a run on the mill on floor distributors. That's why the Bulls stocked up. I just don't know why the Bulls didn't get any draft picks, and people have brought up online that uh, now they haven't got nothing, no draft pick capital for DeRozan, Levine, even though they got their first back, I think it was. But they're saying like they didn't get anything for DeRozan, Caruso, uh, DeRozan, Caruso. I don't think they got any. Yeah, it was a couple Bulls players that it was just like they didn't get anything, any draft picks. And then to this year, they drafted a guy who I said in my last video reminds you of Darius Miles, and so he's a big time project, and so he doesn't necessarily, he might not be able to help in to the immediate cause of making Matas Buselli's the primary franchise priority. Uh, Life easier out there. So to me, it's kind of unfortunate and frustrating on that end for the Bulls. The Cavs, I think what they're gearing up to is this the perfect situation for Lonzo to get brought along slowly on some uh, Sean Livingston type of time, and then eventually he could end up taking over at point guard, and Darius Garland could very well get traded, uh, especially as his contract gets closer to expiration. But I think any team in the league could use Alonzo Ball. That's where the league is going back to, because the wings today are so lengthy and athletic. The closeout capabilities of these players, you need a point guard who can anticipate. When you see a shooting guard running point, they're just going to make the read. Like, okay, he's open here. But a point guard, a real point guard, floor general, can anticipate the play before it happens. And it can be there the minute you turn around. Not, I'm spotted up, I'm waiting, I drew the double team. No, it's before it even happens, that ball is going there. It's going to be right in the oven mitt. And so that's what Lonzo possesses. He's also vastly improved his three-pointer since his New Orleans days. He's only gotten better and more confident as a shooter, and he's a very feisty defender. So they automatically, when you pair him with DeAndre Hunter, with the Defensive Player of the Year, and Evan Mobley, obviously we know that Mr. 8'4" wingspan from Brooklyn, I can't remember now his name. I'm seeing the fro. Uh, they got the team to lock up and to strap up, and you got Donovan Mitchell, who's now you're able to most importantly be able to preserve him so he can just focus on getting buckets, because there's nobody who's just going to completely lock him up if he's got a full bag of energy, so a full bar of energy. So this really just was a low cost, high reward. The league is just practically handing Cleveland all the talent they need to win a ring. Funny, we made a video about the Lakers going on to winning multiple championships with the new ownership and LeBron being in his final years. I mean, Cleveland could very well get themselves a ring at this pace. They're definitely looking to be possible representatives this season, second highest odds to as NBA Finals appearing, uh, according to the sports books. So I mean, when you watch this unfold, Cleveland is only getting better and rising and looking even more promising than ever. And so Chicago, hey, at least you got Matas Buselli. That's my favorite prospect over there. Kobe White, he's great for, I guess for what they are. Josh Giddey's another building block. As long as he keeps working on his jump shot this offseason, especially, then yeah, I mean, the Bulls are slowly, I guess, heading in the right trajectory. Um, Pray for their head coach over there in Chicago, Billy Donovan, who just was nominated this summer, who was just inducted into the Naismith College Hall of Fame for his legendary run with Florida, who ironically won it this year. But I'm talking about the old school Florida team with the Joakim Noah, Mike Miller, Al Horford team. Hope this video was informative, Utopians, made things a little bit more clear. I'll try to do better next time. Global out.